So, good morning. I'm super excited to have you guys here for Havens of Harmony. This week, we're bringing in a couple of different lessons, and so we're going to start with a tarot reading and a reading from Mary Oliver's book, Devotions, which is a compilation of her poetry. I pre pulled because while I was in my intuition and talking, I was interrupted at least 3 times. So I pre pulled for us so that you can kind of see what this week is about. First card that we got is the card of strength. Now, the card of strength is all about stability, and stability comes from balance. And the deeper into this that I'm going to get in a minute, the reminder that balance is both masculine and feminine, the reminder to be soft and strong, right? That our strength also comes from resting, our strength also comes from things like creativity. Now, the reason that it's really important to lean on both is because we also get the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is overwhelm, restriction, having way too much on your plate, having way too much responsibility. And so while you absolutely have to attend to some of these things, the way that you're going to continue to find strength and to continue to like make it to the other side, so to speak, of whatever this challenge is going to be by integrating rest, creativity, joy, and a little bit more fun. So hopefully this reading and this breathing exercise will help bring you back into that balance. Second reason that I am weaving all of this in is because 2 things. Number one, I'm using devotions as a Lenten devotional this year. I've aligned it with a really cute like Lent thing that I have going on. And this week's lesson for light seekers, which is what I teach, it's like Sunday school basically. We're talking about the shepherd, the good shepherd, and how you have to actually look for your one sheep that has gone, that you actually have to listen for that one voice that really actually matters. Your intuition, the Holy Spirit, whatever it is that you call it, that reminder that like you are called to do this work, you are called to do whatever it is that you're doing, but also the reminder to listen to only that voice. And so that is part of it. And then the other piece is that we're talking about flipping tables this week. And so if you've been in any of my classes, or if you've been in any of my conversations, we are flipping tables this week, and just calling out to hear that one important name. So that's the balance. Without further ado, we are going to settle in, we are going to breathe, we are going to pray and meditate, and then we are going to find a nice, soft, gentle flow this morning. It's just going to be meditation and very, very, very gentle movement today. So here we go. Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe close your eyes if that feels good for you. And then take a deep breath in. Maybe counting. And then as you exhale, let it go. Begin to feel your shoulders drop down the back. Begin to feel the tension in your jaw release. And begin to find your intention, your prayer. With your eyes closed or with yourself softly breathing, just taking in these words. The journey. One day you finally knew what you had to do and began, though the voices around you kept shouting their bad advice. Though the whole house began to tremble and you felt the old rug at your ankles. Mend my life, each voice cried. But you didn't stop. You knew what you had to do, though the wind pried with its stiff fingers at the very foundations through their melancholy was terrible. It was already late enough, and a wild night, and the road full of fallen branches and stones. But little by little, as you left their voices behind, the stars began to burn through the sheets of clouds, and there was a new voice which you slowly recognized as your own, that kept you company as you strode deeper and deeper into the world, determined to do the only thing you could do, determined to save the only life you could save. Amen. So you're going to take those palms onto your knees, no matter where you are, and just kind of sit up nice and tall here, pulling the crown of the head up a little bit higher. And then again, feel the shoulders actively rolling down the back. You're going to keep those hands again on the knees. Inhale, rise. We're doing a little bit of cat-cow. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold. Lift. And fold. You're going to come back in towards neutral and then drop your chin to your chest. As you exhale, you're going to begin to roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Now, if this feels okay here, you can take your right hand and bring it to the left side of your head just for a breath. We're not pulling, you're just allowing the elbow to kind of hang heavy here. Now, all of the movements that we're doing this morning are things that you can do while you're seated. But there are also things that you can do as you are seated. You can do them in your office. You can do them while you're cooking or in between your errands if you have a moment to just breathe. So this is one of those practices. You can just kind of sneak into your day. You're going to very gently release that palm, drop it down to meet your knee, draw chin to meet chest. And draw your opposite ear to opposite shoulder. And again, maybe you bring your left hand to the right side, the right ear. And just find a few breaths. This can be in and out through the nose, just dropping again those shoulders all the way down your back, thinking about relaxing through the cervical spine, the neck, remembering that the neck is a part of the rest of our spine. And then as you exhale, you're going to drop the palms down to meet the knees again, chin to chest. This time, I want you to puff just a little bit through the back, which means I want you to kind of round the spine a little bit here. And then as you inhale, rise, lift, lift, lift here. Exhale, rest. You're going to interlace your fingertips. Draw the palms away from you. And as you inhale, rise. Draw all the way over to one side. Finding that space through what we call the intercostals, those muscles here between the rib cage. Inhale, rise. Exhale all the way over. Now, one thing that I will say as often as I can is please be in the body that you brought with you to practice, not the body you wish you had. And seeing as how I just had surgery a couple months ago, I sometimes say that reminder for myself as well. Inhale, rise. And exhale. Draw those palms to the sides. You're going to roll the shoulders up by the ears. And reverse. And then you're going to bring one hand to your heart. Actually, before we do that, you're going to bring one hand to your heart just for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then we're going to twist first. So you're going to take one hand just to your knee or wherever you are in the chair and rinse here. I hope your view is just as beautiful as mine is. while yes, I am looking out at our local middle school and I'm looking out onto our street, I have our cat snuggled up, and I'm going to show you a picture of her in a second. You're going to exhale and go the other direction. And in fact, I have two of the three snuggled up here, and one of them is the unexpected kitty. So for any of you that follow along on some of these videos or have been following our journey, my husband's cat, our cat, can sometimes not love Mama J quite as much as I wish she did, and I'm very excited that she's here today. You're going to take another deep breath. Exhale. Rinse it all the way out, and then come back to center. This time, you're going to bring your hands to your heart. We are going to do two different styles of meditation. So the first meditation that we're going to do is what's called a self-blessing. Now, whatever view this looks like on the camera, you are listening to my words, not to my body in this instance, because I will not be mirroring you. It will not be reflected the right way because it's Kundalini yoga. I have already tuned in my own heart, so you all don't have to. However, what we're going to do is a self-blessing in Kundalini. I will chant for us, and I will be chanting that protection and that blessing and that love over you. So you're going to take your left hand, and all you're doing is just kind of boop, right here. I'm leaning off to the side just because of where my camera angle is right now, but just so you know, my elbow is kind of resting down by my rib cage. The left palm is beginning to face forward, and then the right hand is going to be right above the tippity top of your head. Now, for here, you can just breathe. That is more than enough. You can breathe and close your eyes as well. And the entire time, as I said, I am going to be chanting with you. Now, as you begin to settle in, you don't have to make any motions. I'm just opening a little bit of the energy here. And just begin to settle in. So this self-blessing this morning comes with the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And what that translates to mean is, may all beings be peaceful, happy, and free. And so what I love about all of the blending of my worlds is that some version of that prayer is found in every religion and every spiritual practice, that we wish to give love and kindness to the whole world. But remembering that also, as the devotions book, as the poem The Journey mentions, and as Jesus reminds in the story of the shepherd, the good shepherd, the voices that you need to listen to, the blessings that you need to receive are already within you, and they are beyond ready to be accepted and walked into. So take a few more breaths here. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. As you exhale, slowly drop either both palms to your heart or in your lap. And then this last one is a blessing for our anxiety, or to help our anxiety. And so I've already started the meditation, the movement of the meditation, but essentially you're going to bring each fingertip to your thumb. And the chant that we're doing, and this one I would love for you to chant along with if you're game, you're at home. No one can hear you, or maybe they can. I don't know. But when we're chanting, it is sa, ta, na, ma. Now, sa, ta, na, ma is birth, life, death, and rebirth. So the reminder that things in life are cyclical, and the reminder that when we feel anxious, that it's just something that we're going through right now and that it is temporary. Okay, so we're going to begin. Deep breath in. Satanama, 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 satanama. Two more. Satanama, satanama. Open those palms. Deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. Now that is one of those that you can do with any distractions. So we're going to take one more little motion in our bodies, and then we're going to begin to settle back down. So you're going to take your chin to your chest again. Roll out through the neck. All of the reminders this morning have been through our neck and our shoulders and our twists, and most of that is compassionate communication. You're going to switch direction. And so we're opening through that Vishuddha chakra. We're opening a little bit through the Ajna chakra and the Sahasrara, the top 3 chakras, in order to open up our divine communication to the universe, to God, to the feminine, and for the ways in which we can communicate with more kindness in the world. You're going to bring both hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. And an exhalation as deeply as you can. Satnam, Satnam, Satnam. May the breath be your blessing. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful